So something I come across an awful lot, I work with a lot of female endurance athletes, and obviously we have to have discussions about time of the month and the menstrual cycle, because it is actually relevant. Throughout your menstrual cycle, depending on what stage you're at, it's not exactly uncommon for a female to retain a little bit of water. So if you're trying to lose weight and you're expecting linear progression, if you have an active menstrual cycle, you can absolutely forget it. That can result in a kilo or two of weight gain or drop just by itself, irrespective of like your actual weight, and it can distort your progression or lack thereof. On top of that, then, during certain parts of the menstrual cycle, some women experience increased cravings, and it's quite normal. You actually need more carbohydrates leading up to your period, so not ignoring your cravings is probably a good idea. They exist for a reason, but if you're one who gives into the cravings to like justify eating like a massive bag, a share bag of hunky dories or a whole tub of Ben & Jerry's, this segment might help. So for dealing with cravings, there's a couple of things you can do, and I'm going to go through them really quickly. First of all, hunger and thirst, we perceive them as the same thing in our brain. So if you've just eaten a meal and you're getting a bit picky and you're within a week of that time of the month, just make sure you're hydrated. So what I often tell people to do is to have a glass of water, wait 20 minutes and maybe even leave the room. If the craving is still there, then you're actually just hungry and you need to eat something. If it has gone away, it was just a craving or you were a little bit dehydrated and that's settled. If the water isn't working for you, there's a couple of things you can do. You can go for a couple of calorie neutral foods, I like to call them. So my go-to would be a handful of frozen berries, or I would just have 2 or 3 rice cakes, the flavoured ones. The reason I go for those is the rice cakes take a while to eat, so the actual act of chewing, it almost tricks your body into believing you're eating, and it does lead to increased satiation. Whereas with the frozen berries, the fact that it's cold, there's a whole experience there. It numbs your mouth a bit, it's real satisfying going down, there's a little bit of sweetness to it, and it takes a while to actually get through it. If that doesn't work, what you can try the following time is, this is something I do myself at home, is I freeze low-fat skyr or Greek yogurt pots. They're really good for dealing with cravings because they take about 20 minutes to eat and they're super low in calories, and it's just a healthy and productive way of dealing with these cravings at that time of the month, instead of letting it get in the way of your athletic ambitions. So just a quick tip, it's good to know that cravings last for about 20 minutes, and if you can beat them once, it gets easier thereafter. So top tips: stay hydrated, leave the room, simple snacks, deal with them.